Welcome everyone. Excited to have you join us for this insightful session on data privacy and AI, the next frontier in national security. I am Damodar Sahu, co-founder and chief growth officer at Data Safeguard, your host for today's discussion. AI and data privacy are now at the heart of national security strategies. And today we will explore how nations are adapting to these challenges. Those who are new to data safeguard, at data safeguard, we have developed the most comprehensive AI powered privacy management platform to help organizations meet information privacy, communication privacy, and individual privacy compliance and avoid paying hefty fines. The platform is built using our homegrown AI engine to meet Global Privacy Act compliance in an automated manner. The platform can be deployed in your data center or cloud container within 2 weeks and show the ROI in 4 weeks. The seven core tenets of the platform, built upon the privacy by design framework, consists of universal consent management, confidential data discovery, privacy impact assessment, data subject access request, confidential data redaction, compliance audit, and data privacy management. All the modules are pre-integrated as a single Docker image, and it doesn't need any integration work from your internal technology team. If you are interested to learn more about it, if you are a privacy enthusiast, if you are a chief data or head of data or head of privacy, compliance, risk, or a CISO, we would love to have an opportunity to showcase our product and get your valuable feedback. So, joining me is a distinguished guest and my dear friend, a leader in the defense and cyber security space, Major Subhendu Mahunta. Major, welcome. It's an honor to have you with us today.
Thank you, Dr. Sahu. It's a pleasure to be here. And the first thing I'll like to start is uh, data safeguard. As I heard, I mean, you are covering all the tenets. It's really very, I'll say, very well defined, very well structured. And I'm sure it is going to augur for the need of the market here in India with the DPTP Act in place. I think it's going to really be the game changer. This particular topic, as you said, I know it's a crucial topic, and I'm really excited to discuss how AI and data privacy are shaping the national security policies worldwide.
Great. So let's talk about our segment one, the role of AI in national security. Let's start with AI's role in the national security. AI is, as we know, all know, revolutionizing military systems, intelligence operations, and threat detection. But with greater power comes greater responsibility. We all know. Major Subhendu, how do you see AI transforming national security strategies?
Because how I think lot of things have changed ever since the AI has come into place. You know, if I talk about predictive threat analysis, to you can call about autonomous defense systems, AI is everywhere. It is actually redefining how nations are preparing for cyber and physical threats. Earlier, the conventional methods are gone now. I think it's more of cyber and physical threats that we're looking at. Beyond the physical challenges across the borders that we have always perceived in my earlier years. However, the biggest challenge in ensuring these AI driven systems remain secure from adversarial attacks. We must strike a balance between innovation and security.
Absolutely. AI driven cybersecurity can help detect threats in real time, but if compromised, it can also be a weaponized against us, right? That brings me to the next
True.
question. How are nations preparing to secure sensitive data while leveraging AI?
See, this is what is the need of the hour, and many governments, including Indian government, also, to the best of my understanding, we all are investing in AI governance frameworks. We are investing in data encryption at scale and quantum resistant algorithms. The challenge is not just securing the technology, but ensuring ethical AI usage in defense applications. That is how the balance could be maintained.
Great. I think great point, Major Mahunta. So let's get into the next segment, because I'm from privacy background, and let's talk about privacy breaches in military and global implication. So let's talk about a growing concern. I feel at this moment it's a pressing need. Privacy breaches in military system. A single breach can expose classified data, putting national security at risk. Major Subhendu, what are some of the most pressing threats you see in this space?
Cool. I mean, that's a very, I'll say, crucial question. The conventional ways of getting information from your adversaries, where putting your intelligence team in action. There are so many methods in which your adversaries used to gain information from the neighboring nations or adversary nations, and they used to target them in a different multiple ways. But one major concern in today's world is AI-driven cyber attacks, and they have been attacking, and that's not a new thing. It's happening since a couple of years. If I talk about our in Indian context, if you talk about also, we have been surrounded by multiple countries which have been targeting our military infrastructures, and same goes for other countries as well. So we have seen incidents where state-sponsored hackers, they have infiltrated systems to extract intelligence. Another risk is, I'll say, is data poisoning. So data poisoning is basically manipulating training data to compromise AI decision making. Yeah,
This is really alarming, right? And with the rise of AI and cyber warfare, is no longer just about hacking networks. It's about manipulating data and AI models. So, do you think global collaboration is needed to mitigate these risks?
absolutely. No, Dr. Sahu, there have been a lot of, if you see, there have been a lot of war games being and organized. There are different countries, the military, they have been organizing the military games. The war games are not limited to only physical actioning. They also expand towards the cyber and other aspects of data. How to leverage this? How to leverage the partnership? Because no country can tackle this alone, right? And it has to be a partnership there. So we need to have global AI security standards. Again, that is a very crucial thing. Public-private partnerships, because the government cannot do alone, and they need a lot of support from the private entities, and particularly the technology companies and companies like you who can actually support. And also, I'll say there has to be intelligence sharing frameworks, because then only we will be able to counter AI-driven cyber threats effectively. Dr. Sao.
Well said. Well said. Thank you so much, Major Subendu. So, let's get into the segment three, uh, building privacy centric AI policies. Let's say, given these challenges, let's explore solutions, right? So many countries are now working on AI policies that prioritize data privacy. So Major, what are the key elements of an effective privacy centric AI policy?
Well, there could be multiple ways, but to majorly, if I have to divide them into three, four, five, I'd say classification.
Yeah.
I'll say the first thing would be, data classification and encryption. This is the first thing that comes to my knowledge. Because we need to ensure military and defense data is encrypted at rest and also in transit. So end-to-end encryption is needed, number one. Number two, I'll talk about transparency and explainability, because AI models should be auditable so as to avoid any biased or unintended outcomes. That is number two. Third, I like to put it is the cross-border data sharing protocol. That's what you mentioned, because
Yeah.
the partnership is needed here. And at the same time, there has to be clear regulations on what data can be shared and with whom. Four, I'll say cyber resilience strategies. We have to invest in AI-driven cybersecurity, which can predict and mitigate threats in real time. That was all.
I think this that's a solid roadmap. And organizations like Data Safeguard, we are working on AI powered data privacy solutions to help enterprises and governments to secure sensitive information. So what
Sure.
role do you see the private sector playing in national security, Major Suvendu?
See, every country has a own, I'll say allocation, budget allocation for defense. And so, if I say country like India, which has a vast population, there are other priorities, infrastructure growths, other developments, healthcare. So, I don't think the government can invest in everything and each and everything. So, private sector really has to, play an active role here. So, here, if I to tell you in detail, I'll say defense contractors, AI startups, and the cybersecurity firms. They must collaborate with the governments so as to build resilient AI models. And this public private partnership can drive innovation while ensuring security compliance. That is my submission here, Dr. Sahu.
Well said, well said. We encourage audience, those who are watching now or those who will watch later, to share your thoughts and suggestions, on this national security, data privacy, and AI. Even please feel free to comment and allow us to respond you after the live session. Uh, so, Major Subhendu, what an insightful discussion. AI is literally revolutionizing the national security, but without strong privacy framework, we risk serious consequences, right? So, Major Subhendu, any final
So
thoughts?
I'll say this is just the beginning because AI and data privacy will define the future of national security. Governments, enterprises, and individuals, all of us need to work together so as to stay ahead of the evolving threats. And this has to be a perennial and continuous process. This cannot stop. So we talk about, initially you mentioned about one of your particular aspect is the data privacy impact analysis. So this is
Yeah.
something has to go on and go on. This cannot stop because new threat actors are going to come. Your impact analysis has to be strong, has to be continuous and perennial. Then only probably we'll be able to identify the threats and mitigate them on real time basis. Dr. Sahu.
Well said, well said. Thank you, Major, and for sharing your expertise. And thanks to all our viewers for joining in. Don't forget to follow us for more discussion on AI and data privacy. Until next time, stay safe and stay informed. Thank you all. Thank you, Major.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.